Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin bubble news channel. If AI can do that right away, we'll probably need cryptocurrency payments to cover costs, like when an agent pays for its energy, or when the AI model pays the agent for electricity and computing. I believe we will use cryptocurrency to do that since AI can't get a bank account. It doesn't go into the economy then. It's a way to send money through SWIFT. It will never happen. There is a change in how money is used in this new economy, which is one reason why I'm so optimistic about crypto in general. Raoul Pal, the founder and CEO of Real Vision, has been telling investors for a year that high-tech innovations will turn the world into an exponential age or economic singularity in 2030. This will change and upset everything. Supporters think that the world's money system will fall apart. Raoul Pal thinks that the next part of our financial system is already being set up. This gives governments more time to make sure the change goes smoothly. Pal's theory about the exponential age is based on how quickly robots and AI are developing. He says that the world's debt problem is getting worse because of an aging population and falling output, and we're not making enough to handle it. Pal thinks that AI and robotics will change the game by adding unlimited productive capacity and increasing output by a huge amount. AI and robotics can make knowledge infinitely more useful, and the de-exponential age could solve the debt problem and raise GDP without causing the world to fall apart. But he warns that things will be very different in the future, so he says to take advantage of the chances in the cryptocurrency business. 7 years from now, the world will be unrecognizable, and all economic models, investment trends, and plans will fail. Raoul Pal, a journeyman and former Goldman Sachs executive, talks about exponential age, which he says will be fully operational by 2030. This means we only have 6 years to take advantage of the huge opportunities the cryptocurrency industry offers. Around lack, both of work and knowledge. The machine age and even the Industrial Revolution got rid of the need for workers, and now people live in service-based economies. Because of this, we have changed and moved to places that don't need as much manual work. There is a lot of physical work to do, but it's been getting done over time. Now the problem is that AI will soon be able to do the work of anyone with knowledge, whether they're a store clerk, a lawyer, a surgeon, a doctor, an accountant, a creative artist, someone in brand marketing, or anything else. Most of the time, the models are now good enough to do that, but these models will speed up over the next 5 or 6 years. The interesting thing is that we think these models have an IQ of about 100 right now. In other words, the source of normal human intelligence. That's not how I see it though, because it knows everything there is to know about everything. You could say it has an IQ of 100 in every subject. The normal AI's IQ will rise from 100 to 400 and then to 1,000 as these models get bigger and more progress is made. These advances will happen in the next 12 to 24 months. Then some people might say on to 1,000,000 since this can do the math. A system that is 1,000,000 times smarter than a person is one that we don't understand. Also, I don't want to get too deep into what all of that means. When it comes to our money, I think the economic singularity is the most important thing for all of us. That's why I'm here. To stop the system until this works, we're using the everything code to keep paying off bills. In terms of the economy, this is being worked on very hard in 2 areas. To begin, both the US and China are very focused on AI. He is in charge of the AGI and the whole world. Now, I think we'll have more than one AGI and see if they interact and work together. That's something we don't know, and I'm not worried about it right now. That's something else to talk about. What I'm really thinking about is how much information that gives me. It's a lot of people, right? Infinite people. So there is no shortage of information. Because of this, it has no value. Everything that is turned into a digital file has no value. One of the main reasons blockchain is so important is that it lets you make digital scarcity, but information will no longer be worth anything. It's going to be like water everywhere. What the hell does that mean? I'll say a little more about that in a moment. A friend wrote a very clear post on social media site X about how important the next exponential age would be very upsetting. As a business owner and economic analyst, it's my job to think about what the world might be like in 6 years and how likely it is that we'll get there. The power of artificial general intelligence AGI models will grow quickly and their prices will fall. We'll reach our goal by the age of technology production, when AI and other forms of infinite knowledge workers join the workforce. In that world, what does a market look like? If everyone starts building businesses with AGI models, what is GDP? It will be impossible to beat the speed at which new businesses open and old ones close. Pal wants to make as much money as possible by putting money into cryptocurrencies over the next 6 years. He plans to get out of the markets before 2030, when everything will have changed so much that it will be hard to recognize. He wants to be on a beautiful beach with a drink from another world at that point, watching everyone fail to understand this new world and economy. That's why he's so adamant that you mess this up right away, before the coin market goes from $2 trillion today to $100 trillion by 2030. Come back to the movie. When you add in robots too, you can see that this is more like infinite people. On the other hand, work is what you get done. As we talked about, productivity is built on how much work is done per unit of electricity. Now, people look at what Europe is doing to see how they are moving toward green energy. What a silly waste of time and money. A lot of money is going into this. Everything is going to burn. What a waste of time. It's not. It's most likely one of the most important things. This is being led by both China and Europe. In fact, China is in the lead overall. You see, using green energy leads to two things. For starters, it makes energy much cheaper. This means that the cost of green energy goes up and up. Cost keeps going down every year. It's gone down about 99% in the last 20 years. It will keep going down as we get better at using the sun's energy. The sun's power, you might say, is like a huge nuclear plant up there. You can use it for free, and for all of us it will get cheaper and cheaper to catch. People say, yeah, but it doesn't scale. These are the words right now. Scaling up means using batteries. Scaling does not mean controlled grids, but decentralized grids. Cities can run without centralized grids. When you use autonomous grids, solar, geothermal, and other sources can provide huge amounts of power. This is because you need smaller amounts in many places instead of a large amount in one, which is where most people get this wrong. We're doing that because burning old trees and fossils from the past is not as effective as trying to get it from this huge nuclear plant in the sky. The way it's done is less efficient, even though it has a lot of energy in it. If you have a lot of green energy, energy density is not as important. Of course, nuclear is the other big game here. Once nuclear power starts up, it pretty much makes energy free. In this case, I believe the extra cost of power equals zero. It's going that way on purpose, I think, because Europeans and Chinese people know they can't get out of this economic trap until the price of electricity drops to almost nothing. Once that happens, technology will make it easier to use that electricity, which will multiply the effect. This is a very large increase. We're about to get two huge increases. It's endless, people. Two is how cheap energy has made people more productive. Those two things make countries look very different. To put that math into action, let's say you double the amount of intelligence on Earth in a year. If that intelligence is used, I don't know, but it could raise GDP by 30% in a year. And when you lower the cost of electricity and productivity goes up, strange things start to happen, because the benefits don't always go to the person either. In this world of AI and robots, it does accrue, but not always to us. It does accrue to superpowers, super powerful companies, governments, autonomous agents coming to an asset, and a lot of other things. And that's what worries me. The huge benefits of a total quantum change in the study of economics and how economies work might not always go to people. Pal says that the Federal Reserve and other central banks' only job right now is to protect the baby boomer investment complex. If that fails, he says, the system will fall apart again and things will get very messy.